So it's wonderful to be here with our fellow juror, Konstantin Shamray. He himself was the first prize winner here in Sydney at the piano competition, international piano competition, back in 2008.
So, Konstantin, tell us, how can you do well in a competition like this?
How can I tell? I think one and most important rule is to be open when you play, not to be just a deliverer, not to try to play perfect as a competitor, because as a jury member I can tell for sure, and I'm sure about other jury members here, we all look for individual playing, very truthful, we look for integrity. We don't want to hear another number 1050 playing exactly perfect.
So like someone who's become a competition animal,
yeah,
and it's sort of just keeping
exactly, it's the
going.
least interesting thing to look for. We look for individuals, and we look for warm, open, sincere, exactly, and playing. Also, I think what is important is to pace yourself through the competition. So to make sure you don't use all your energy straight away. As one amazing artist told me, play crescendo. So from round to round you have to deliver more and even more and even more.
So almost like an athlete in the Olympics, doing the first heat, the second heat, the semi-finals into the finals of 100 meters. You save all your energy, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Then the impression only grows, and that works the best for you. And also, of course, there will be process of elimination, which is unavoidable in competitions, and we I think it should not be taken too negative, because in any competition there would be people who get eliminated, and as a juror again I'm willing to give the best possible feedback and most constructive. And if you get eliminated here, it doesn't mean that you get eliminated everywhere. Everything is in experience, and you as an artist keep changing. So
and you get feedback on yourself as a competitor for future competitions.
Exactly, and you might learn and become absolutely best after that.
And I think we were saying in the jury room as well, we don't want people to do badly. Every single competitor coming out, we are really hoping that this is going to be a wonderful performance. So in a way we're actually every competitor's friend.
Absolutely.
And that we want them to do well, and to be able to then, let's say it doesn't go the way that the competitor wants, be there to give them some kind of feedback at the end. But sometimes when someone's disappointed, it can feel difficult to take feedback like that, and I can understand, but it's a challenge in a competition, and it's a growing experience.
Yeah, well, we're not going to force ourselves onto competitors who don't want feedback, of course not.
Do you have any advice on the various pianos and how to handle?
Oh, that's
this is one of our favorite topics in the jury room.
Because this is the pianist. This is the pianist.
Yeah, well, we had day one yesterday, and there were two pianos. The incredible moment is how everybody sounds different.
Yeah.
And you can immediately hear what type of color range and pianistic range every person has. So I think it's something which strikes you quite immediately. And how to handle different pianos, I think you always have to feel what sound you want, what type of playing you want, and then try to work out on.
I think it would be helpful to have a sound check with someone when you rehearse.
Well,
also.
if it's possible, if it's possible.
Well, to bring it away from pianos and take it to a different realm, because actually over in Melbourne just now, the Melbourne International Chamber Music Competition is also happening, and certainly in the world of chamber music competitions, maybe not, we at least bring our own instruments to chamber competitions, but the thing that everyone has to deal with, including our competitors here, is a different hall, and how do they actually experience the hall and the audience in that moment. And certainly in Osaka a few months ago, one thing I really noticed was which groups are able to feel free enough on stage to adapt, and who are, back to Konstantin's first point about, are you there to deliver a pre-arranged performance, or are you remembering that this is a live event where you can communicate. And I think in any competition, the hall, the audience, they're all new, and remembering that this is the first time you're there and enjoying that discovery moment together is such an important point for people.
Yeah, I think you always have to experiment and experiment on the spot
Yeah.
and feel what is happening
What
in
is
the whole.
happening
Yeah,
in the moment.
the best artists, after all, are those who do know how to play in the whole, who feel
Who are
the
listening.
who feel
Yes.
the acoustic.
Yes.
And
yes.
this is a real mastery level, but that's what makes
Yes.
real artists.
Anyway, well,
Konstantin.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful having you and being in the jury with you here.
I'm absolutely privileged to be with people like you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Konstantin.
you.
Thank